Hey everyone, hope you've been doing well. I said I'd post more, and this is my uh second post within a week. I think I hopefully I'm gonna get back into the rhythm and everything. And I think it's more so because nowadays I think I have really fucking hard questions, and the people I ask just they don't want to be honest. And I really don't get this fucking obsession with keeping up appearances. I've never understood it. Like, is it that I'm just not human enough to understand it or something? What? Why do humans enjoy faking so much, so fucking much, and like lying to keep up the fake shit? I really don't get it. But the thing I don't get the most, and I've talked about escapism a lot. I'm going to keep talking about it because, quite frankly, what an amazing experience this is. What an amazing reality this fucking is. Everything we do prioritizes escapism, right? This is why I never criticize escapism. Maybe I criticize the effects of certain kinds of escapism, but I escape all the fucking time, right? Escape, quote unquote. And especially the discussions that we've been having the past few months, it has really brought to my attention that we operate off of so many false assumptions. And to me, it just seems like humanity has just been tending towards, the moment humanity became an intelligent species, right? Everything has been done to put it on a pedestal, to rationalize why not so very intelligent and rational things happen here. And death has to be the biggest one, the biggest, the biggest, I'd call it the biggest idol, to be honest. And it's something I never really have talked enough about. But I think moving forward, it's going to be such an important issue to have like some concrete understanding or some concrete opinion. If you do have an opinion on it, let it be something that's not just gonna continue propagating the same bullshit that we're trying to escape, And I've had to think about this for a very long time. As far as death is concerned, I'm not afraid of death. I like the fact that humans in particular die. I don't like death, fuck, man. I like the fact that, certain kinds of evil expressed in certain people has an expiry date in that they die, but it's never really like that, So many of the wars that are still being fought right now is because of some piece of shit's interpretation on their particular version of the sky fairy, right? The fucking sky daddy, the all-powerful, all-loving sky creator that watches children get tortured, raped, killed, enslaved every single day for as long as humans have been doing this shit, right? And what I really want to know, what I really want to understand myself is if life itself is this bad, right? This living experience is this fucked up. Why is death viewed as this like great liberation type of concept? Why is it viewed like, and more so, it actually, when it's that type of view that's being expressed, it honestly makes this reality worse, because someone is born they endure certain levels of trauma, right? Then they just die and then they're free. Seems too easy. Seems way too fucking easy. And, I'm not advocating for like heaven or hell, right? I'm not like, believe in God now or burn in eternity type of, it's really not that. And I don't know, see, right now, I don't know where my beliefs lie on the afterlife, right? I've been trying to, read more, research more. At the same time, I only ask because, we're led to believe that the way out in this reality, or the ways out in this reality, are the true way out, if that makes sense. But I think we're just constantly taken on we're constantly chasing a carrot on a stick, right? We're constantly chasing a fucking carrot on a stick that, after all the suffering, all the wage slavery, all the burying people, all the other possible traumas that could have happened to you, you get a nice long dirt nap and that's it. Or maybe, if you're really good to the Sky Daddy, you go worship him for eternity as a brainless, I don't even know. I really don't even get the concept of heaven in Christianity, right? But that's probably because I believe that we are currently living in hell. And this is a definition of hell that I'll definitely expound more on. When you think of hell, or our contemporary understanding of hell, it's all about pain and eternal torture, right? You'll be burning forever, there'll be demons stabbing you, probably sodomizing you or something, that kind of thing. I don't think that's hell, to be honest. I don't. First of all, humans have done things to one another that are so grotesquely, like, unimaginably worse than the worst depictions of hell that we have, like, by an entire fucking mile, like entire 10,000 miles, really. If you don't believe me, just look up the Soviet gulags, look up Unit 731, look up, what the Nazis did in Europe was pretty well known, but I don't think it's, it'll never really sink in just how depraved humanity became in the 20th century. Like, literally, it went from, slavery economies to economies fueled by, like, dreams of industrial genocide in such a short period of time, right? That's why I don't think that eternal torture and pain and that kind of thing is hell. I think hell is a state of helplessness. But it's not helplessness as in you can't do anything. You can do something, but circumstances have otherwise put you in a place that you can do nothing about it. And I say this as, somebody who has a relative level of empathy or compassion for other people. And you start learning about, even as a child, you start learning about things in school, like, the world wars, slave trade, all this kind of stuff. Some parts of you basically have to kill some parts of you from stop feeling the emotion, right? Because if you just sit back and process World War II by itself, right? World War One, you could say, was just imperial powers being imperial powers. Like, World War II was just, how many people need to be slaughtered for the dream to come true. you'll go nuts. You'll go fucking insane. And that's to me where it starts. And education has no purpose except to create a compliant force of workers. I- If it's actually education, then there's a lot of things we wouldn't do today that we still do now, right? What are we defining education as, There's so much fucking knowledge that's locked away in like these professors' heads, but nowadays, people they're getting more on social media. You can find courses, or you can find professors talking about their courses, people teaching, different fields that would otherwise be unreachable for the vast majority of people, right? We have all this fucking knowledge. We have all this understanding of right and wrong and how to treat other human beings, and nothing changes. Fucking nothing changes. Like, most people are alienated from social interactions because they're not even, they are disgusting. They're actually quite toxic, to be honest. It's not bad if you feel out of place here. It's not. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Even the things that people are trying to replicate to make it seem normal don't even make sense. So it's not bad that you don't feel like this is a place where you can belong. And, it sort of feeds into how I view hell. I view hell as you have all the power. You have enough power. You have some power to change things, right? In some ways. And you not only can't you do that, you have to pretend and go about your day like it's not happening, wishing it would get better, but it doesn't. That's why this is hell to me. And for as long as you're alive here, for as long as you interact with other human beings, it's just going to be like that. This is a place where you can even see, heaven and hell on earth, right? Everybody wants to be fucking rich or famous, or rich and famous, right? There's people who, from the minute they were born, never had to struggle or chase anything they wanted. It was just provided to them, There are people who are born with the looks, born with the money, born with the connections, the status. Like, life has just been a walk in the park for them, To the point where they have to look for problems, They have to look for struggles. Imagine being born with all the things that most human beings throughout history have been chasing and have failed to attain, and it's still just not enough, It's still just not fucking enough. And not only is it not enough, every year just creates more human beings to continue being exploited, to maintain this lifestyle that we're all told to want to attain. And somehow it's not the end. You still have to keep preserving it. You still have to keep, consolidating your capital. You still have to keep bribing politicians, suppressing worker strikes. You basically have to keep ripping off. You have to keep ripping off as many human beings as possible, right? Until either like a riot forms or the government's like, hey, slow down, Of course, they're not going to do fucking anything about it. And after all that, I'd like to believe that, death will just be this calm, blissful state of like non-existence, of I don't know, of nothingness, of the abyss, whatever you want to put on it. But I don't think I don't think this reality will ever give you what you want. I don't. Even in death. I can't say that I believe in reincarnation because there's so many negative implications when it comes to reincarnation, especially within religions, especially within like Hinduism, for example. Reincarnation, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. How it's used to propagate the religion is a terrible fucking thing. Because all you need to say is this group of people gets reincarnated into a higher form and this group of people gets reincarnated into a lower form. Literally arbitrary. Yeah? Be as arbitrary as possible as about why people are reincarnated into whatever forms, and you all of a sudden have a social hierarchy, right? I don't know if I believe in reincarnation in the sense of like, let me say, whether or not I believe in reincarnation, I would struggle to find out why the fuck I'd want to be reincarnated here. If there's so many other different places in the planet or in the planets or the universe, whatever, that I could be reincarnated in, why this fucking shithole, man? Why here? What the fuck else am I going to learn here, really? That humans are fucking stupid. Like, every generation comes up with a different way of saying humans are fucking stupid. What did I come here to learn? Humans are fucking stupid. Oh yeah, I can't wait to come back again and learn that humans are fucking stupid. God damn it. Like, why here? This is how I know. This is something that I know makes this place. Not only does it make itself this place like a cosmic prison, but it also lies to you that all you need to do is have a dirt nap, and we'll leave you alone. That was it. That's it. Plus, by the way, if it wasn't obvious, this era is the era of escaping death altogether, right? This century, these scientists are working on, like, the term playing God doesn't even apply anymore, right? God couldn't even do these things. The term playing God is irrelevant now. They're doing everything they can to upload people digitally, right? This is their own. It's like a prison inside a prison, right? And the prison inside the prison is seen as freedom, right? Everyone's going to be hooked up online within the next 10, 15 years. Like, to some degree, To some degree, these corporations will not fucking stop, right? They will not stop. It's too late. It is too late. Let me say that for a fact. It's too fucking late. Whatever semblance of freedom or privacy we thought we had in the past few years is going to go away. And when that happens, you think, you get to just off yourself and it's done? Like, I'm not saying that I know whether it will be or not. Like, sure, from this reality, you'll be free, let me say. But understand that what we see in this reality, so much of it is a fucking distraction. So much of it is a complete fucking distraction, and I don't know if escape is really an option. I don't know if escape is an option in the way that it's sold to us, right? I think escaping means a totally different concept altogether. It's a totally different idea altogether. I would say, as much as people try and escape their daily lives and go off into nature or something, the key to breaking free mentally for me was realizing that you had to confront your problems where they are. You have to confront them where you are. Because you could move to a completely different place, even change your name, have a different complete life, a different city, different country. Your problems are still going to follow you if you don't address them where the fuck they are. And that to me is it's the underpinning of this death hysteria. That's what it is right now. It's death hysteria. You know? Like to me, death is a very indifferent force. It's just it's like gravity. You know, why turn a law into an idol? Why turn like a natural law into an idol? I really believe that the natural laws are very fucking indifferent to us, but human beings, again, love being the center of a fucking attention. And I, to be honest, can't say that I know the way forward, right? I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, or rather, how to navigate through what I'm seeing happening, right? Knowing that majority of the people around me are either seeing it happening and ignoring it or not wanting to do anything about it. I say this with some urgency because it really feels like we're going to see so many worse things happen, and we're not going to see the response you would expect, right? You're going to see people become more and more fucking complacent. Like the coming times give me very bad vibes, if that makes sense, right? I don't want to sound like I'm predicting like an apocalyptic fucking future or whatever, but the environment feels disgusting right now. I hope I'm not alone when I say this. The environment feels fucking disgusting right now. It really feels like there's a lot of very malevolent things that are either happening or about to happen. And it's best to understand that your most immediate reaction to it is probably not going to be the one that's going to help you immediately, right? We have a fucking obligation to ourselves, by any means, to end this fucking this psychotic cycle of self-torture that humans engage in. And you know, before people really look to death to try and escape it, it's better to sit with yourself. It's better to sit with yourself and just realize that, you know, you have nothing to die for here. You know, death is going to come regardless, but you have nothing to die for. You're not beholden to anything in this reality, right? You weren't born beholden to anything or anyone in that sense. We do have, you know, speaking from a place of like, I don't know, concern, right? Speaking from a place of concern. As much as we aren't beholden to be here. We aren't, but we also are not, we're not entitled to make other people pay for it, you know? As much as we're not beholden to be here, we're not, it's so hard to break these cycles, of suffering. It's so fucking difficult because you have to first accept that you propagate this suffering, right? I ultimately hope that people aren't just looking at death to escape, looking at death as some form of escaping accountability of that. That's ultimately what I hope.